The Chronicles of King Dayton, the metalcore monarch of the Sigma realm. In the annals of medieval historiography, few figures are as polarizing as King Dayton, a ruler whose court combined the chivalric traditions of the 12th century with anachronistic musical sensibilities and a canine-centric advisory board. According to historical archetypes found in the autumn of the Middle Ages, the medieval mind was one of extremes, oscillating between fierce cruelty and sudden emotional outbursts. King Dayton embodied this duality, ruling his kingdom with an alpha resolve while maintaining a deep spiritual bond with his companion, Nelson, a Chihuahua of noble lineage. Unlike the massive hounds typically associated with medieval hunting and status, Nelson represented a subversion of the great chain of being, the Chronicles of a concept Dayton, central to Elizabethan and medieval worldviews, where every creature had a specific place in the cosmic hierarchy. Few figures are as polarizing. According to www.aas, combined the chivalric traditions of the 12th century with anachronistic musical
the Court of the Resonant Strings.
Canine-centric advisory. The scene opens in the Great Hall of Castle Dayton. The architecture is a blend of Romanesque sturdiness and Gothic verticality, reflecting the transition periods described in a history of architecture. King Dayton sits upon a throne of polished obsidian, his fingers calloused not just from the sword, but from the steel strings of his lute-shaped electric guitar. Nelson, a Chihuahua of noble Dayton, lineage, strumming a dissonant high-gain riff. Nelson, the resonance of this chamber is inadequate for the breakdown I am composing. We need more tapestries to dampen the high-end frequencies. Nelson yaps rhythmically in 4/4 time. A line of noble women from neighboring provinces awaits. They seek the position of queen, offering dowries of land and livestock. The first, Lady Gwendolyn, approaches with a chest of gold. Dayton looks at her, then at Nelson. Dayton, your spirit lacks the core energy. Your presence is a radio edit in a world of extended mixes. Be gone. He rudely dismisses a dozen suitors, his behavior mirroring the courtly love subversions found in the allegory of love, where the traditional roles of seeker and sought are often upended. Act II, the Sigma incursion and the pothole of destiny. The narrative shifts abruptly to the borderlands, where Egwardo, the sovereign of the Sigma kingdom, prepares for war. Egwardo is the antithesis of Dayton. Where Dayton is loud and expressive, Egwardo is silent, calculating, and grind-set-oriented. This conflict mirrors the geopolitical tensions described in A Distant Mirror, the calamitous 14th century, where personal vendettas often dictated national policy. Random out-of-place segment, the Pittsburgh Driver's Test. In the middle of the battlefield, a stone tablet appears. It is the Pittsburgh Driver's Test. A knight must answer. Potholes are... The knight chooses B. Patriotic. The ground opens, swallowing a battalion of unpatriotic imported horses. Dayton and Nelson encounter a series of hardships, including a bridge guarded by a troll who demands a mathematical proof. X equals Pyre 2. Dayton must calculate how long it takes a fire ant to drill through a dill pickle, given a length-girth ratio of 98.171. Using his knowledge of medieval ballistics and geometry found in the medieval machine, Dayton solves the riddle by playing a pinch harmonic so piercing it shatters the pickle and the troll's resolve. Act III, the Queen and the Finest Wines. In a hidden glade, Dayton finds her, Alara. She is not wearing silk, but a frock coat of shepherd check with huge saddle pockets. Her smile, as described in vintage dental advertisements, is her priceless charm. Dayton is instantly smitten. Dayton, you are the breakdown to my verse. To celebrate, Dayton hosts a banquet. The finest wines are served, vintages that, according to the Oxford Companion to Wine, would have been highly prized for their ability to survive transport in wooden tons. Awards are handed out. Nelson receives the Order of the Golden Kibble for bravery during the Great Squeaky Toy War. Act IV, the War of the Rifts. Egwardo attacks. The Sigma Kingdom's army moves in silence. Dayton meets them on the field, mounted on a destrier, a heavy warhorse described in the medieval horse and its equipment. Instead of a lance, he carries his guitar, powered by a lightning bolt captured in a Leyden jar. The battle is fierce. Dayton plays a metalcore anthem, the vibrations of the low E string causing the Sigma armor to resonate until it cracks. This sonic weaponry is a fantastical extension of the psychological warfare discussed in war in the Middle Ages. Surprise gift! In the heat of battle, a messenger from the fortune cookie program arrives. delivering a scroll that predicts Eduardo's defeat. The body you submitted to Playgirl was rated a -2. Eduardo, devastated by the blow to his alpha status, retreats to the Sigma Kingdom to focus on his polywog time reductions. Epilogue, the major motion picture. The war ends. Dayton and Alara are wed in a ceremony directed by a time-traveling Steven Spielberg. The soundtrack, released on XTC Records, features 70mm Dolby stereo recordings of